Good morning, guys. This is exactly how Spurs got beaten by Arsenal 3-2 in the North London derby that was played last weekend. I think Arteta did really well in Arsenal's setup with David Raya at the back with Gabriel Saliba. Those three are unchanged. Not too concerned about that back three, although I'll get to David Raya in the first goal that we conceded. We have Ben White at right back, who's one of my favourite Arsenal players at the moment because he's so consistent, so reliable, and just the way he plays, he's such a nuisance in that box, especially from set pieces, which is what we relied on in the North London derby. And we had Tomiyasu at left back, and his matchup, he was against Kulusevski. And he straight away made his intentions clear. I am going to destroy you. This is a derby game. I will not be very nice. Tomiyasu, well done. I respect you for that. In the midfield, we went with Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice. I think this is the strongest midfield Arsenal have got in the minute. Partey, he's a shuttling number 6. He can go up, he can go back, he can go side to side. He covers the pitch really well. Rice, he is much more creative than Partey. So his skill set is more suited in the number 8 position where he can go up and down. And he can also sit in a double pivot in front of Gabriel and Saliba. And he can sit next to Thomas Partey like that, where you have the box here defending and protecting David Raya. I think that blocks out any sort of passing lanes in between. So any passes that come between here, round and here, anything in this area gets completely locked off because these four are crucial. Saliba, Gabriel, Rice and Partey. Excellent. And my favourite player at Arsenal at the minute, Martin Odegaard, and I'll get to another player in a minute as well. Martin Odegaard, he's like an orchestrator in the midfield. He can come deep next to Partey like that with Rice pushing forward. He can come forward next to Havertz when we're pressing, and I'll get to that in a minute as well. Overall, he's my captain. I love him to bits. He's so good. Really well, Odegaard. Really good. And I don't need to say much about Declan Rice, do I? He's an absolute engine and a machine. He works hard, wins the last-ditch tackles. Really good. The left winger in this game was Leandro Trossard. I think he deserved a start after his performance against Brighton, performance against Bayern Munich at home, and his performance against Wolves away. I think it warranted a start, and his performance against Chelsea as well. Really good. And Saka on the right. I know he came back to life in this game as well. So, and of course, our striker, Kai Havertz, who's got 18 goals and assists right now. Really good. But this is why Arteta beat Spurs. When Spurs were playing out of the back, they had Van de Ven and Romero. Now, out of possession, Arteta set Havertz, Odegaard. I don't know if you guys can see Odegaard. You have Son up there. Maddison. You have Kulusevski. And you had Timo Werner pushing up. You had Bukayo Saka, who was a right winger. You had Trossard on the left. You had Declan Rice pushing up there. And Partey in there. And then these guys pushed up here and here. So, out of possession, we played in a 4-1-2-1-2. You had two strikers, Odegaard and Havertz pushing up on the two centre-backs. Declan Rice in the middle, cutting any passing lanes that come to the middle. Same with Leandro Trossard. He's got the gap here. Tomiyasu stayed very tight on Kulusevski on this side. And Ben White stayed very tight on Timo Werner. But they tried to exploit that because Timo Werner is rapid. They tried to exploit that. It did work at times. But then as soon as Arteta realised that, these three would come a lot tighter to stop any passes coming on. And after that, Werner didn't get a sniff. And then he came off for Brennan Johnson after he went 3-0. So this first phase, we defended in a 4-1-2-1-2. And you know what? I see such similarities to how Real Madrid defended against Man City, where they had Vinicius and Rodrigo on Diaz, and I think it was Stones. I'm pretty sure it's Stones. But on the two centre-backs, they press here. Saka is prepared to pounce if the ball comes from here to here, to this position here, or Trossard is ready to pounce here as soon as the ball comes here. So I think out of possession, Arteta absolutely bossed his game in the first half. I was really impressed. And then when Spurs do manage to play the ball out of the back, Arteta's Arsenal sort of drop into a 4-3-3, and this was in the mid-block. So it was Trossard will tuck in here, Rice will tuck in here, Partey will tuck in here. Then you had Saka, Odegaard and Havertz like this in a 4-3-3, very compact, very minimal space in between our lines. So there's this gap here and this gap here, very, very small. So that didn't allow Spurs, when they come forward like this, they set up here, it allowed very, very minimal space to play the ball through. Because look what happens, we squeeze in up tight, they can't play the ball at all because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's what, 1, 2, 3 up here. So Arteta 4-3-3 in the mid block, and he defended a 4-1-2 in the higher up when Arsenal pushed up, and in the lowest block we defended a 4-4-2. Now this arguably is one of the best defensive formations that you can use. You got 4 here protecting the goalkeeper. You got 4 sitting right in front of the midfield, and you got 2 here that sit in front of the midfield there. So again, similar concepts. Spacing between the lines, very, very compact. They gave Spurs the license to go here and here, but when the ball came back here, you'd see Ødegaard. As soon as that ball comes back here, he would react and press. Or Havertz, when the ball comes here, he would react and press. They allowed the freedom to go on the wings, to be honest. But when the ball comes in the middle, they protect this area here. This is the most important area you have to protect. And they did that spot on. And that is how Arsenal defended brilliantly, I guess. This is the blueprint to how Arsenal defend. Going forward, however, I thought we were quite sloppy. Especially in possession. We were very, very sloppy. Trossard had a couple moments where he just kept losing the ball in this area, and there'll be moments where Kulusevski would put a couple balls in. Romero for set pieces, he hit the post like 2 times. So we were under the pressure in terms of when we were on the ball. Off the ball, we were fantastic. Defending, compact. It was a perfect away performance. Where we capitalised was the set pieces. Having the likes of Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and Kai Havertz. I mean, they're monsters in that set piece, in that area there. So the first goal, very similar, pretty much a ball into the box. They couldn't mark anyone up, and Højbjerg, who started in the midfield as a deep line, ball winner / defensive midfielder, he wasn't as mobile. Maybe I would have expected a Pape Matar to start, or maybe a Basuma to start. But no, Postecoglou went with Højbjerg, and he got shown up as they conceded from the first goal. It was an own goal. It was a brilliant delivery from Bukayo Saka to make it 1-0. And then the second goal was a direct counter. Havertz picks the ball up, puts a lovely ball across against Ben Davies. Saka's running there, 1, 2, 3. Saka's running here. Havertz picks the ball up here, plays a lovely pass, left foot, correct way to pass, just to his feet. Do you know how difficult that pass? That is an unbelievable pass. Not only to pass the ball with that weight, with that range, but for him to be able to take that touchdown and then take him on 1v1 here. And here, this is where Davies makes a massive mistake, where he gets shown, Saka's left-footed. You've got to show him on the outside, drive him on the right foot. And to be fair to him, even if he did do that, I know Saka's got a good right foot as well. But no, Ben Davies pushed him on, came across too far this way. Saka comes across and takes a left-footed shot into the goal, and he scores, makes it 2-0. And then the third set piece, again, Declan Rice takes it from the other side. 1, 2, 3, crowd in the box. Havertz, White, Partey, Saliba, and Gabriel, all crowd in the box. Ben White is such a nuisance. He's such a nuisance to the goalkeepers. I don't know if you've seen Sky Sports released a video of Ben White's highlight reels, what he does in set pieces and wind-ups. I love him. He's such a, I can't say the word, but if you guys know, you know. He's such a troublemaker. That's the alternative I've got. He's really, really good. So Rice puts the ball in the box. At least that's not the ball. Rice isn't going. The ball's in the box. So Rice puts the ball in the box here, and Havertz, near post, wins a header 3-0. And to be honest, I don't want to talk about the goals we conceded too much, because there were 2 moments of rashness that we kind of let slip. The first one was with David Raya. The ball, they're pressing. Romero, he gives the ball away. He runs all the way up. From here, you had all the passing options available from here, like this. I think Gabriel, the square pass was right here. This pass was right here. All he had to do was play this ball across. David Raya kicks it. Romero reads it. Then it's a 1v1. He's obviously going to score that. 3-1. It's, again, silly. And this is where I think Ramsdale and Raya both struggle. I think the concentration, they get too complacent. They both have struggled from that. The second goal was a penalty decision, which I don't disagree with. I think Declan Rice is watching the ball, and as he kicks out, and think he takes out one of the Spurs players, and then they give away a penalty, 3-2. Then we've just unnecessarily made it complicated. So hopefully you guys enjoyed a breakdown of Arsenal against Spurs. The reason why we beat them is Arteta's defensive out of possession shapes, defending in a 4-1-2, 1-2 in a high block, 4-3-3 in a middle block, and in 4-4-2 in a low block when we're in this part of the pitch. And going forward, our outlet was set pieces. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully you enjoyed the breakdown. If you'd like to see more, drop a like on the video. And yeah, subscribe for more. And check out my Instagram and my TikTok for more content as well. Thank you very much, guys.